So I know that the group of doctors have sent a letter to the Palm Beach County School District Superintendent, Dr. Donald Fenoy, today. What did you guys state in that letter, and what do you want to see happen in regards to the district's mask policy?
So essentially, Ryan, we want to see that mask wearing should be continued. Essentially, what we're saying is that we've only been able to achieve these strides in our numbers in Palm Beach County because of mask wearing, because of social distancing, because of vaccinations. And one thing to remember is that, a good quarter of all our new cases, Ryan, in Palm Beach County, our new cases are people under the age of 23. So we have a group of people who are especially at risk. And we know that, anyone who are adolescents or teenagers live in homes with other 30, 40, 50-year-olds who are also part of our larger unvaccinated, under-vaccinated group in Palm Beach County. As you know, we've had almost 2/3 of Palm Beach County residents vaccinated are 55 and older. So if we are really trying to stamp out this COVID-19 infection in Palm Beach County, we have to make sure that we not only continue with mask wearing, but we have to protect all those people that are most vulnerable. And that will start with school children and their families.
We heard from a group of parents today that they want options. They don't feel like it's fair that their kids are suffering mentally, physically, can't breathe in the heat. How do you counteract that their complaints and their issue that they want an option?
Well, I understand that, but at the same time, as someone who sees patients with COVID in the hospital, I can tell you it's a lot more suffocating and a lot more difficult when you actually have COVID infection or COVID disease. And there's nothing like having to go and have your young adolescent child get tested for COVID in many cases among these families because we have instances of adolescents and younger people continuing to test positive outside of the school. So the important thing is we know that there isn't much transmission of COVID within the school system. And why is that? That's because of all these things that we've been doing all along, which include the mask wearing and the social distancing. But if we know that there are people testing positive more likely outside of the school and they come to the school and not wearing masks, then we have an increased chance of transmission within the school district. So at this particular time, we really feel that it's important, it's imperative that we continue with the mask wearing within the school district.
Okay. And in the early beginning of the pandemic, we heard that the young kids weren't a great risk. Is that now changing with you said the majority of new cases are the younger adolescents?
Well, no, not the majority, but almost a quarter of the new cases are people under the age of 23. So, and you were right, Ryan. We have seen, while it is not an overwhelming number, we have seen children and adolescents with this multi-system inflammatory disorder where they have been very sick. We've had over 300 deaths in Palm Beach County related to COVID in children, and so it's important that we continue to do everything we're doing until we get to the point where we've hit vaccination numbers where we need to be, where we've hit our positivity rate below where it needs to be consistently, and then and only then would we feel comfortable releasing some of these restrictions.